Hey, it's down again with another video, and we're talking about the C29 electrical mountain bike, electric bike, and I made this thing for it, a pump connector, and the output from it, and say 220 volts, and what it right here, there's something keeps falling all over this place here. What I done here with this, I show you. I'll bring this camera around. It's actually coming off this here. It's actually coming off the plug sockets wall, the socket wall. So I'm coming up with this lid, and you follow this lid, and there it is there. Right, okay, how to going to assemble something together. This is for me battery charger for my electric bike. I got my electric bike on the 10th of June, nearly last month. So this is the 4th of July now. So I will be downloading this video and downloading this video on the 4th of July. So anyway, so you know that my comments is knocked off. Something I'll tell you about in another time in my next videos, because my emails is knocked off, because I'll tell you all about that in another time, because I don't have time now today, because I'm doing this video. It's something I want to show. I don't know if you are interested or not interested. So it's up to you, guys, up to you people out there, up to you viewers out there. This here input connection, there's power in that anyway. So let's give it a bash here and start connecting. And the output here, and the socket here, and you have your lid here. So how to open this? Let's assume some way to open this. Maybe there's a screw. Maybe there's a screw down here somewhere. No, I don't see it. Maybe try a Phillips screw. So you're jumping in, you're looking for a flathead Phillips screwdriver, and then when you put your hand on a Phillips screwdriver, the bleeding flathead screwdriver. So you're going from flathead to bleeding Phillips. You don't know where you'd be jumping there. Two different types of things. Only one screw will have more screws in the drawers. For this comes off. Yeah, there's another screw in this. Another screw in this, and let's pop this out. And pop this out. And here we are looking at this there. It's upside down. And I took that off it, assemble that off and take that off, and unclamp it. These thing there, you know them, they are to clamp into cable. Let's unclamp the cable wire first. Do it quicker. I'm doing it quicker with the battery drill. I just turn this light on. Sometimes my eyesight isn't the best, so I just turned that one down so I could see what I'm doing. So I put the clamp there. That's one of the screws, because we don't want to lose the screw off the cover I took off, the front cover I took off, because don't want to lose the screws. So if I was to it's like this. No, like that. Maybe because it's upside down or something. Yeah, whatever. Maybe. And let's get this opened. And there's two Phillips screws in it to reassemble. Because I always have to make sure you know exactly what I'm doing. I do know exactly what I'm doing now. So let's pull that off. you don't want to lose any of the bits. That's why they have the rubber in that, because sometimes out in the rain. So wire cut it, the cable just cut off. I don't know what was that it used to be there for. So let's get rid of this screw out from the battery drill. Something's had to fall. Something's had to fall in there at the time. Just wait for a sec. Now it's this screw fell out of this, and that's two big screws. These are the two big huge screws fell out of this side. Fell out from there to there and to there, and the screws goes in there that way and goes in that way, and to hold the back of this on it like that. So let's get assembled, let's get it going, and bring the camera up a bit, and let's start it. So let's take the screws out, and another screws out, and screws out, and pull that out. Now trash it in the bin. So and yeah, take this out, because open out very loose screws after, because this one is slightly different than the other one I opened with the battery drill. So this one will be slightly different, so I don't want to lose, and I know that screw is. So now sometimes it can be difficult, this keep coming off, so I don't want to lose it. Now this screw is live in there, neutral. This is screw, isn't it? One screw there, and I say you have one screw there, and you have one live screw there, neutral screw. Two earth screws there. So let's open this and open that, and I think I just barely got this open because it's all rust. Hold on, I'll be back in a sec. Now, right, now this way how you do it. So let's put this on first, because you don't have to put the back thing on it first, because it's the end of the cable. So we just slide in the other way, just like that, and just like that, slide in the other way, and just like that. So let's put this thing on first. So let me move this out of the way. I'm working on this. If I turned off this light, working on this, probably see it better than there. Yeah. Pliers and snips. It's working on this way. And you have the three wires, three usual wires. So just and that's cut. So they're ready to go in. That's just a bit of wire sticking in my finger, and live and neutral. That was live in force, And let's put the live wire in first. I had to cut a little bit off it. And cut another bit off it. And the same made the earth. So let's start off. Start off with the live. Start off the live. On neutral. The neutral wire goes into the connection, and the screw after neutral connection, it's a bit stiffed. That's why I have to pause the video for a second to find out, see why it's not coming out, because the screw is actually stiffed. You can hear that sound, stiff sound. No, I use a big flathead screwdriver. Phillips. Just have to make sure the blue wire doesn't pop back out, so give another. It's all rusty and stiffed. Maybe if I'd got a WD-40 that I have there, you see in the video, in the last videos, because I don't want to risk it, because the case that gets wet, that turns live. It's like water, it's like conducting electricity with water. Water just turns live, and you put your hand or finger near water, you'll blow yourself, you'll electrocute yourself. So, and that can be dangerous. So let's give a shot there, tighten the earth. So I'm putting the green and yellow wire in, earth wire in. And I'm putting that in. I think there's another screw down here. That's going in. That's tight enough. None of them wires are going nowhere. So that's down a bit, and let's clamp the wire on. And let's clamp the wire on like this. Finding one screw and second screw. Right. Let's clamp that in. Clamp the cable in. Make sure the cable's down. See, you don't want to have it that much. Make sure you push the cable down. You see another bit of weight there past the clamp, so these wires won't rumble or comes loose. So I have to press it down again and tighten the clamp, tightens the clamp cable. Goes nowhere. So, and how you're gonna get, imagine how you're gonna get that on, but there's nothing down at this end, because if you put the socket on it, and just say if you were to put the socket on it like this, it won't get that in there. So there's no socket on it, so you get that in it before the socket. And straight down, where those two screws is, and she's in the right position. There's these big screws. Because the other ones is different. These ones you can get, these yellow ones, same as this ones, and the input connector, the beyond the walls on the outside. And they plug these things in the electric motors, and they blow up the bouncy castles that you see in them fun fairs and carnivals. You need power to not electricity on the blower to blow up the bouncy castles. That's what you can use off one of these, off the main power, off the mains. Now that's what I mean. You're jumping from flat to Phillips. I'm always doing that. You don't know where you be, but flat and Phillips is too many different types of screwdrivers. Now let's reassemble this. I'll be back with you now in a sec. Now here we are, and same way, you have to get the wire. See, there's a clamp on that, on this, and then you put this thing on it like that, and then you open it, and then when you have to get the wire like this, see with a bit of white in it, and then the 3 wires sticking out, and then you have to get that wire like that before the clamp goes on. So when I just cut about to here, so you don't want to leave the thing very short. So I don't want the thing to leave very short. So when I get that down, so I'll be back with you. I'll be with you now in a sec. It's neutral in, and the second thing up, live in, live in. Live in, and the earth is a bit difficult to get the earth in, and she's nearly in. Takes a few minutes to reassemble this. Whoop, slipped off that time. Now, and put that, flatten them down and push it down and push it in nice and neat, and where the 2 wires is, so that's ready to assemble. So that's assembled straight away, and I would stick that on it like that, and screws in. Oh, I'm just after losing another screw. I'll be with you now in a sec. So one screw is in, and I put the other screw down here and close this up. And I close this up, and that's it. Won't open. This won't open. Now that's how it's done, and like this, and there's power in that. Let's plug it in, and it's plugged in. It's plugged in from the socket wall over there. So if I get this, I plug it in. 3 green lights, last time I shown before in the room. And second thing is, if the red light shows up, that telling you that something's wrong. So that's it. And to plug in the C29 charger. Let's get this sorted out. This fucking cable's coming with me. And this, the charger of the C29. And I cut the other 2-pin bar, 2-pin plug off, put the 3-pin plug in. So the ones you have here in Ireland and in UK. So I put these ones on. So then, yeah, that's the one goes into the battery, and that just goes into the wall. And like kicks green when it's overcharged. When it goes from red into green, when it hits green, then you just you charge it and then unplug it in after 3 hours. So that's that anyway. So I put a timer on it. What you call it? It says 24-hour machine timer. 240 volts. 50 has 230 volts. 30 into 2 amp, and max load to 990 watt, 990 watt. So that's what it just says on the label there. So it's just how those you know out there, you know how to set the timer. So you just see all these numbers goes around in 24 hours. I think you just press those things in, and then you turn it and you press them in, and you press the blue things down. So when it knocks out, when you plug in a table lamp on the desk lamp, so when that comes on, and it clicks on, that stays on for a couple of hours, and then it knocks off because that's up. So if you want it, that's up, because the rest of the blue the blue thing is that's down, and that's up when it knocks off the thing. See, it has a narrow pointy that way. See, a little narrow pointy that way. These are all your number clocks. It goes around 24 hours. And this one has you can switch it on, constantly on, and turn it off back to timer. So I have those out there, you have a few days. So that's what I'm doing. It's this and this for me charger for me C29 electrical mountain bike. So I I'm gonna reset that on the timer for 3 hours. So because I could walk inside, I forget, and the battery on me C29 here, that could be overcooked. Don't want to happen. That's why I have the timer for. So there you go. Anyway, that's the story, and listen, now, hope you enjoyed watching the video, and thanks for watching. And if you like to subscribe and push the buttons and anything at all, if it doesn't matter if you don't or do or don't. So anyway, it doesn't matter to me and all. It's just all the one to me. Whatever it's the way it goes, it's all the one to me. Just if you want to push the buttons and hit the link button. And thank you for watching, and well, I'd see you up on the next channels, and bye bye.